Hi, welcome to another Junior Statistics video. This video is going to be broken up into two parts, part 1 and part 2, because we're not going to get the whole thing completed in the 5 minutes that we have for each video. It's all about interpreting statistical graphs. We're going to look at a number of statistical graphs and talk about what things you might spot in them and what kind of things you might choose to write up if you're doing investigations. Right, let's start off with example 1. This is a bar graph and we have the birthday of students by month. So on the y-axis we have the number of students and on the x-axis we have the 12 months in the year. So what kind of things could you chat about in this kind of graph? Well, you might decide to start with and chat about the most common birth month. This is called the mode. And so you might choose to write a statement something like this. The most common birth month for this sample of students is June. Now don't just stop there, go on and be as detailed as you can. So go on and say with 10 students having their birthday in June. Well, if you've talked about the most common birth months, you might chat about the least common birth month. So you might say something like this: the least common birth month for this sample of students is August, with only one student having their birthday in August. Now see if you can spot other patterns. There might be a trend of some kind. But I'm going to talk about other popular months that occur in this, and I'm going to say something like this. The popular birth months are May, and again, be detailed. Don't just say May with 8 students, June with 10 students, September with 7 students, and October with 8 students. All right, let's try a different example. This is a histogram, and it's to do with the heights of a form class or whānau class of 9WAN. We have the frequency on the y-axis and heights on the x-axis, and in this histogram we've grouped the data between the groups are something great 140 centimeters up to but not including 145 centimeters. The next group is 145 centimeters up to but not including 150 centimeters, and so on and so on. Alright, so let's chat about this graph. What can we say about this? Well, you probably want to start with the most common height group, and this is referred to as a modal group. So you might say the most common height group from 9WAN is between 155 centimeters and 160 centimeters. There were 8 students from 9WAN in this group. Well, what else could you chat about? You might notice quite a few of the students are in this middle central region, and so you might make a comment about that. There appears to be a lot more students from 9WAN between 150 centimeters and 165 centimeters, and not many students outside this interval. And if you work the other way, you could say something like there's not a lot of students from 9WAN that are less than 150 centimeters or greater than 165 centimeters. Alright, let's try a third example. This is a stem and leaf graph, stem and leaf plot, and we have the male heart rate on the left and the female heart rate on the right. So what can we chat about here? Well, you might decide to start with something simple like the lowest heart rate from the sample was a male with a heart rate of 59 beats per minute. Remember, we start in the middle with the stem and go 59. If you talked about the lowest, you might decide to chat about the highest. The highest heart rate from the sample was a female with a heart rate of 93 beats per minute. If you took the lowest and the highest for both male and female, you could work out the range. The range for the males is 24, the range for the females is 32, so you could work out the range, show your working, and then you could write a statement like this: the heart rates for females from the sample are more spread out because they've got a greater range and therefore a little bit more variable. You could do this. Look at this. There's a large group of males with their heart rates in the 60s and 70s. There's a large group of females with their heart rates in the 70s and 80s. Now this could mean something. This could mean female heart rates are greater than male heart rates. But please keep in mind this is only one sample and would need further evidence to make statements like that. So that's a good comment to make. Alright, well there's our first part done. So hopefully you can get on to part 2 shortly. Thanks for watching.